Hello friends, welcome to the session on C++ programming language. In this session, we'll be discussing about data types in C++ programming language. In this session, we will see what is the concept of data types in C++. We will also see what are the different data types available in C++ programming language. And also, we will go for the detailed discussion of different data types available in C++ programming language. Also, we will see some programming example in C++. Friends, as you know that you are viewing this session on my YouTube channel Learn with Prakash Khanade, and subscribe to the channel to see many videos on the subjects of electronics and computer science. So let us start the session with the question what we mean by data type. In the real life, one can easily observe that the data that is being available can be in different forms. For example, the data can be available in the form of numbers, the data can be available in the form of characters, the data can be available in the form of list, the data may contain some special characters as well. Whenever you refer to your Aadhaar card, then one can easily observe that on the Aadhaar card there is a logo of Government of India, then there is a photo of yourself, then there is a name printed, there is a date of birth, there is a gender. Every Aadhaar card has some specific number. So one, if observe carefully this Aadhaar card, then one can understand that this data consists of different things. For example, we have a data in the form of image, we have a data in the form of characters, we have a data in the form of numbers also. Whenever we have the data in different form, then it is necessary that such data is need to be captured and such data is need to be processed by the programs written in C++ programming language. Therefore, it is mandatory for every programming language to make a provision where it can accept the data in different formats, it can store the data in different formats, and also it can process such data. The data type of the programming language, you can say, will constitute the semantics and characteristics of the storage of data element. So data type refers to the structure by which we can accept the different formats of the data, we can store such data, and we can process the data by using programs in that particular programming language. C++ is very popular programming language, and as far as the data types are concerned, you will find that C++ has a rich set of data types. That is, there is a variety of data types available in C++. Now let us see what are the different data types that are available in C++ programming language. Basically, the C++ data type can be categorized into three categories. The first one is called as the built-in type or basic data type. The second one is called as the derived data type, and the third one is called as the user-defined type. In the built-in type, again we have the three categories. The first one is called as the integer type or integral type of data, where integer and character type of data is available. The another one is the floating type of data, where we have the two types called as the float and double. If you do not want to mention any data type, then in that case you can make the use of void data type. The derived data type can be of variety of forms such as array, function, pointer, and reference. And it is also possible in C++ that the user can define its own data type, and the user-defined data type can be of the form structure, union, class, and enumeration. Now let us go for the discussion of the basic data type or the built-in data type available in C++ programming language. The character is the most simplest type of data available in the C++ programming language, where The 1 byte size will be reserved for the data type of character. 1 byte, it will stand for 8 bits, and therefore minus 2 raised to 7 to 2 raised to 7 minus 1 is the range of values for this data type. Integer is another data type where the size can be either 2 or 4. It will depend upon the machine. For 32-bit machine, the size of the integer can be 2. For 64-bit machine, the size of the integer can be of 4 bytes. In bits, it can be 16 or 32. And based on that, you will find that minus 2 raised to 15 to 2 raised to 15 minus 1, or if it is of 32-bit size, then minus 2 raised to 31 to 2 raised to 31 minus 1 is the range of values for this data type. Float is another data type where the size is of 4 bytes, where the 32 bits are reserved, and the range of the values can be from minus 2 raised to 31 to 2 raised to 31 minus 1. Float and double normally are used to represent or to store the real numbers. A double is of the size of 8 bytes, where the 64 bits are reserved for storing a value, where the range of the value is much higher, and it is from minus 2 raised to 63 to 2 raised to 63 minus 1. So you can choose either one of these depending upon what type of value you are going to store in the memory. From these basic data types, it is also possible that we can derive some more types, such as signed character, where the range of the values will be either positive or negative values in the range from minus 2 raised to 7 to 2 raised to 7 minus 1. You can have a data type called as the short, where the size is of 2 bytes or 16 bits, where one can easily observe that the range gets enhanced to minus 2 raised to 15 to 2 raised to 15 minus 1. There is a signed integer also, where the size is further enhanced to 4 bytes or 32 bits, where the range is further enhanced. It is also possible that you can extend it by using the signed long, where the size is of 8 bytes or 64 bits, where the range is further enhanced. You can make the use of unsigned character if you are sure that you are storing only positive values, where the size is the same to that of character of 8 bits, but the range will get enhanced to 0 to 255. Unsigned short, the range will get enhanced to 0 to 65535. In unsigned integer, the range will get further enhanced, and in the similar way, all unsigned numbers will have the double range, because whenever we declare some data type as unsigned, then we are making sure that we are only storing the positive values. There is another data type called as the long double, where the size can be either 10 or 12 or 16 bytes depending upon the machine, where the size is very large and it can be about 80 bits, 96 bits or 128 bit, where a long number or a very large number can be easily stored by using this data type. Apart from that, we have a different derived data types called as an array, where array, you can say it is a collection of similar data elements, and one array variable can store the multiple data values. So normally in programming, we need one variable to store one value, but if you have a very large collection of values, then in such a case, you can make the use of array to store the multiple data values. Function is also a kind of derived data type, where a function itself is a self-contained block of the statements, and this block is written to perform a specific task. Pointers are the another special data type that is being available in the C++, where the pointer variable is a special variable where we can store the memory location address of other variables. So normally any variable can store any value, but pointer is a special variable which will store the memory location address of another variable. Reference is also a special kind of derived data type where you can say that it is an alias, an alternative name to the existing variable. We have some defined user-defined data types available in C++ programming language. Say for example, class is one of the user-defined data type where you can say that class is a structure that will hold the data members and member functions together. So normally the class is a data type which is used to define the object. This is the construct of the C++ programming language, which makes the C++ as an object-oriented programming language. Because whenever we hold the passive data elements like variables along with their member functions, then they becomes an active data elements. So such active data elements plays very important role in C++ programming. Structure is another user-defined data type where we can say that it is similar to that of a class where we can have a collection of non-similar data elements. Array is a collection of homogeneous elements while structure can have a non-homogeneous elements. So it is a composite data type. For example, in structure, the one element can be integer type, another element can be a double type, another element can be a character type. So such collection is possible by making the use of the structure. Union is also another user-defined data type, which is very similar to that of a structure. And in union, all the values are stored in the same memory location, one at a time. Enum or enumeration is normally used to assign names to the integral constants. Say for example, suppose I am having a data type called a month where the values of the month can be January, February, March, April, and May. So this becomes my user-defined data type with the keyword enum. And you will find that the values will be allocated for this month will be January, February, March, April, and May. So it is possible that by making the use of this data type, you can assign the names for the integral constants. Now let us see one simple C++ program where we are actually playing with the different data types. Our C++ program consists of the IOStream file, which has to be included using the namespace standard. In our main function, what we are doing is that we are printing the size of the different data types such as character, integer, short integer, long integer, signed long integer, unsigned long integer, float, and double. And in order to print the size of each data type, what we have done is that we are making the use of the operator called as the size of operator. Now, finally, we are returning 0 to our main function because our data type or return type of the main function is of the type integer. Now, whenever you type such program by using any online C++ compiler, then you can run this program by making the use of the run button provided on the online C++ compiler. And when you run the program, then one can easily observe that the size of the different data types will be displayed, such as the size of the character will be 1 byte, size of the integer, size of the short integer, size of the long integer, size of the signed long integer, unsigned long integer will be of 8 bytes, size of the float will be of 4 bytes, and size of the double will be of 8 bytes. So the machine which I am using, for this machine, the size of the different data types will be displayed by making the use of this program. So thank you friends for viewing the session. Hopefully you have understood the concept of data type in C++ programming language. Thank you all for viewing the session.